Hey, what's going on, NGT community? It's Guns for Hire, and some of you may know, but some information has been leaked by Kotaku, which is a newsfeed website, kind of like IGN or Joystick, and it basically releases alleged details of the upcoming Bungie game. Now, before we knew they were working on something, and we're getting information trickling down here. The name of the game is supposedly Destiny. It is actually a space-themed first-person shooter MMO. Wow, that's a lot. There's a lot of things all going on at once. Potentially an amazing game. First-person shooter, I love them personally, and now I know it's not set up the same way as you know, other RPGs, kind of like you know, Diablo 2, that sort of set. But what they're saying is that this game is kind of like the World of Warcraft. They want to actually compete. Our understanding, and I believe like a while ago, actually when Bungie was still with Microsoft, they had actually thought and talked about creating a Halo MMO, but Microsoft canceled it and originally had something like $90 million in the budget to create it. Microsoft axed it and said, no, we don't want to proceed with that. We want to go with a, a casual, more broader audience, and so that was axed. Maybe that was also why they, you know, why they ended up signing with Activision. Who knows? Maybe that was the reason. Maybe, you know, Bungie had its mind set on it, said, no, we want to create something bigger than what's out there. We want to create, you know, more or less a Halo world that's going on 24/7, 365 days a year that you can get immersed in. And maybe because Microsoft said no, Bungie was like, fine, who wants us? And Activision's like, come on in. You know, they didn't actually buy Bungie. They have a contract with them to work with them for 10 years. So it's not, hopefully, one of these situations where Activision's like, come on in, build your game, and then we'll blow you the hell up. Get rid of you off the planet, and there goes Bungie. I don't think that's going to happen, thankfully. But anyway, so it's a space-themed first-person shooter MMO. For those of you who don't know what an MMO is, if you know what World of Warcraft is, it's a massive multiplayer online. So it's this world that just keeps on going. It's just constantly there, and it's not like, you know, when you play frick, I hate it. I'm sorry, but when you play a Call of Duty game, you go in, you find a map, you play that map, and it's done. An MMO is you go in to this world and you're just there. It's just constantly happening. Battles are happening. The world, and when you leave, the world is still going on. Everything is still happening. You decide to leave, that's fine, but this world continues on. And that's essentially what an MMO is. Kind of a very vague description of it, but in general terms, that's what it is. It's a continuous world that people can go in and out of all the time. So Bungie is working on one called Destiny, and in space. So space, not shocking. And again, that may sort of tie into the fact that they wanted to do a Halo MMO. I don't know if they're going to actually necessarily, obviously the characters and everything has to be different because copywriting, and plus it's not Halo, it's Destiny, it's different, so it's not going to have the same look, but they're very good at doing that futuristic look. So they probably got that down pat. That's not going to be an issue, so the renderings are probably going to be great. The MMO aspect, of course, this is something I think a first for Bungie Studios, so that's going to be a gamble in itself. And making a really good MMO first-person shooter is, again, I'm curious. Actually, there's probably way more MMOs for PC. So PC gamers, do you know of how many really good first-person shooter MMOs are out there? If they are out there, I don't really know. But are there really good ones that are first-person shooter MMOs? I don't know. But that's exactly what Bungie is supposedly working on, and space-themed. So who knows what's going to happen? We don't know what the controls are going to be like. Are they going to use the same sort of mechanics and settings that Halo is known for, which is a very low gravity, you know, that type of movement, something that's going to be very familiar for Xbox 360 gamers? Or are they going to go the Call of Duty route, which is incredibly fast, reflexive, sort of promotes, you know, a lot of run and gunning and knifing and stuff like that? Or something more similar to Battlefield experience, Crisis, you know, Medal of Honor type feel? Are they going to go that way? Who knows? I mean, we have no idea. We don't have that information yet. We haven't seen trailers. We don't see any gameplay footage. One thing that they're disclosing, or at least they're saying right now, is that this game is supposed to be not It's not going to be an Xbox 360 exclusive. It'll be an Xbox 360, PS3, Wii, and PC. That's what they're showing right now. Now, is that going to be a problem? Is that going to be good, or does that hinder it? I mean, as a PC gamer, do you think it's going to be good? Because we all know that PC gamers, or PC games, rather, are not restricted by all the parameters in consoles. They can have whatever they want, as big as they want, you know, as detailed and graphic and amazing capabilities. But we all know when it's multi-platform, everything tends to be dumbed down so that it can go across. And no offense to Wii, but it's the same thing with Wii. Of all the games, like for graphics-wise, and looking at those types of games, you don't get like the Uncharted type games on Wii. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't happen. So again, is that going to happen? The other concern is, because it's Activision, and we all know Activision has a deal with Microsoft up to 2012, and I don't know if this is strictly for Call of Duty. It may be just Call of Duty, but Xbox has exclusive rights to content, and we all know that Activision and Microsoft are basically, you know, they're dating right now. They're dating, they're holding hands, and they're tiptoeing through the tulips. And we saw that in Black Ops when it was released. It was a horrible, horrible situation where the game was made, you know, considerably better, and still is better. I'm a hardcore PS3 gamer. I prefer to play Black Ops on the Xbox 360. Hands down. Hands down. I can fire faster on there, like handguns wise. It seems to be smoother, crisper. The colors and everything seem to be better on the Xbox. And are we going to have the same problem? Is Bungie coming from Microsoft, going to Activision, who's hand in hand with Microsoft, are they going to do the same thing? Is Bungie going to create this new game, was it Destiny? I think it's Destiny. Whatever. You know what I mean? I said it in the beginning. Guns' brains isn't working. So are they going to create this game perfectly for Xbox and then port it to everywhere else? Or are they going to do what they should be doing and create a well-designed game across the platforms? I know the languages are pretty much, you know, there's variations of it, especially with the PS3 versus the other ones, which game developers tend to hate. But are we going to see the same problems? I hope to God not. I hope to God that every developer takes what happened with Black Ops and learns from it. It says, whoa, we're not going to do that because the community freaked out. They're going to hate us. Because everyone but Microsoft ended up getting a hate on for Activision or Treyarch or whatever because of that. So I'm hoping, and Bungie's a very smart company. Bungie's very, very good at what they do. They you know, listen to their community. They're all about the community. I think of anyone, despite where the money's coming from, Bungie is not owned by Activision. You know what I mean? So maybe that's another plus. The fact that Bungie is like, you know what? This is our puppy. You're going to release it. You're going to publish it, but you don't own us. You don't tell us how to make our game. We know what we're doing, and that's why you brought us in. So hopefully that's what's going to happen here. We're going to get a very well-made game, and something unique. I mean, if it's done really well, I wouldn't mind. I'd like to see something not 100% Halo, not 100% Call of Duty, maybe something in between. Maybe it has to be Battlefield, but something refined, something different, a different experience. Because especially when you're doing something like a first-person shooter MMO that's going to compete with something, well, what they're saying they want to compete with World of Warcraft, wow, you better sell that. You better make sure that that game is highly polished, because those are big words. Those are big words. You're going to compete with a giant like World of Warcraft. You better be not pulling any punches there and sell it. So I'm curious, any other information I get on this new game from Bungie, I will of course inform you, and hopefully we'll get some teaser trailers or something in the near future so that we can take a look at it and really see what's going to happen with it. Anyway, that's it. Leave your comments below. I'm curious to know, of all those things that I talked about, do you think it's good that it's all multi-port? Do you think that it's going to be sort of more tuned towards Xbox? What kind of control system would you like to see on it? And more importantly, do you think this is going to be, if the concept is good, a space-themed first-person shooter MMO to compete with World of Warcraft? Good idea, bad idea? Leave your comments below. I'm curious. Peace. Thanks for watching. Whether it's positive or negative, please comment and rate the video. Help us improve. Hey guys, we're on Netflix! Okay, well, we're not on Netflix, but we are officially sponsored by them now. Thousands of movies and TV shows available every day at the click of a button. For a free 1-month trial membership, simply click on the link in the description, courtesy of NextGenTactics. Yeah, you're welcome.